Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. Today we're going to be checking out the back nine of Orchard Hills Disc Golf Course. Right now we're on hole 10. It's a par 3, 280 feet, just on the other side of this hill. Biggest thing you want to pay attention to is just that it slopes away, the ground slopes away behind the basket. So really want to try and make this land short and scoot forward. It's probably a good 80 feet past the crest of the hill. So got to throw something a little bit faster than you would normally like to on this shot. That looks really good. Fade back for me. Either that's long or that's parked. Not really too sure on that. You can never really tell until you get up there, but we'll see. Yeah, so the way that thing came in, I almost gave it a little bit of an ace run. This is always a good hole to get because. All right, guys, so we're on hole 11. It's a par 3. I think it's like 180 feet, just dead straight ahead. Only thing you really got to pay attention to is like you've got these trees surrounding it, and it's really easy to go long of this basket if you're not careful. So I like to throw something at this log that's kind of slow, throw it at like 50%, and just let it filter down towards the basket. Biggest thing you don't want to do in this hole is just throw it long because there's a lot of thin stuff and some bigger oak trees that can get in the way of your putt. That looks really good. We're getting the hole. Ooh. I feel like it's a little long, but I might have gotten saved by some of the trees around the basket, so we'll see. Okay, so I didn't really get saved by anything, and this is kind of what I was talking about in the tee pad, where I've got this oak tree like right in the middle of my putt. I might be able to straddle out to the side of it. Let's see what I got. But, oh yeah, I can make this putt for sure. Here we go. Yes. All right, guys, so we're on hole 12. It's a par 4. I believe about 450 feet. You can see it just past this log right here in the fairway. Biggest thing to pay attention to is obviously we've got a double mando right here. I'm not too sure where the drop zone is for this, but it's not really too difficult to hit, just something to get in your head. But once you get through that gap, you've got kind of a low ceiling all the way down to the basket with not really many trees in the way. So just want to hit this low and hard and try and get this just push as far as I can, see if I can get myself an look for eagle. Come on. Let's keep going. Okay. I'll be curious to see what that is because I got past one of the last guardian trees, but I don't know if I got all the way down there to the basket. So might be in that same range I've been in like all day, like 100, 120 feet from the basket. We'll see. I got pretty much all the way down here for a putt. Just a little obstructed, but it's definitely makeable. Same straddle putt I've been making all day, so let's go ahead and make another one. Oh, man. God. I thought that was in as soon as it left my hand. God, that was so good. Man, I've been wanting to get the eagle on this hole for a long time. So close. So close. All right, guys, so we're on hole 13. It's a par 3, 325 feet, just dead straight ahead. This is another one where you can't really see the basket from the tee pad, so just pulled y'all off to the left a little bit. So you should be able to see the entire shot, but biggest thing is it's really good shot for a forehand or some kind of backhand turnover. I like the backhand turnover just a little bit more because it's a little bit easier to get the actual distance you need out of the shot. It's very easy to leave the shot short. So I'm just going to try and throw a slight turnover, just get it to kind of bend slowly right and just push straight majority of the flight. Ooh, yes. Hold that. Hold it. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Probably 15 feet long. So, should make it. Should. Oh, that hurts. That was right off the pole too. This basket's leaning this way, but it still just went right through the chains, hit the pole. Dang. That sucks. All right, guys, so for hole 14, it's a par 3, 250 feet, just behind this group of 3 trees right here in front of us. So really just got to decide whether you want to go left or right side of that group of trees. I like throwing just a straight to slightly overstable putter through the right gap. Just give myself a nice look at birdie. Fade for me. Yeah, there we go. So a little bit right, but that's like another 20 footer. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 15. It's a par 3, about 300 feet. You will be able to see the basket, but it's behind this group of trees in the middle of the fairway, which kind of make the 2 main gaps you want to hit. You throw. I would like to throw the forehand on this shot just because of how the hill is sloped, but this tree on the left makes that gap a little bit too tight for my liking because you kind of have to flex it instead of throwing something just straight. So I like to just throw fast, mid-range through the right gap and just try and get as close as I can. Make it fade at least a little bit, but really just want to throw something straight because the way the hill is sloped is going to kind of drag it down to the left a little bit. Ah, pulled it. Get left. Okay, not a bad mistake, luckily, because I threw it so far to the right that it didn't hit anything, but I might be edge of circle 2 with a long look at it. Let's see. I don't think I've ever set it a distance on this channel and ever been even remotely correct because this might be circle's edge, if not like barely outside of it. So give myself a nice long look at birdie. Let's go ahead and get it. Ah, oh, dang it. That's it. Blech. I needed to throw that a little to the right and just kind of threw it straight at the basket. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 16. It's a par 4, 450 feet. I would say this is probably the hardest hole on the course because you've got all this stuff off to the left is out of bounds all the way up to the basket, and there's a road off to the right that goes right up to the basket as well, and that's out of bounds. Once you get up to the basket, there's probably about 10 feet of inbounds on either side of the basket. So really just want to try and push this out there straight, get a nice clean tee shot, and just give myself a very easy approach shot into the green. Yes, that looks really good. Fade a little bit for me, not much. A little skip. Yes. Okay. So I'm a little tucked off to the right because those trees do hang out pretty wide. So I might have a more difficult upshot than I'm thinking I have, but I should have like less than 200 feet into the basket from there. All right, so from here you can kind of make out the basket. I might be even less than 100 feet to the basket, but it's going to be a touchy shot because I've got to go between these 2 trees pretty much. I can't swing anything out to the left really because, as you can see, the branches hang out pretty wide, and I'd be throwing straight out of bounds. So I'm just going to try and take something a little overstable and just push it through this gap. I'm going to try and get out of the way so y'all can actually see this, but that's perfectly fine. That's maybe 40 feet from my birdie, but anytime I can get a par on this one, it feels good. From here, you can see the white stakes mark the out of bounds. So I've got, honestly, maybe less than 10 feet behind the basket is out of bounds. But like I've said before, this is a YouTube channel. We're here to make content, not lay up putts. So let's go ahead and make it. Ooh, and out of bounds. Dang it. It looked good at least. I'll take it. The nice part about this OB being so close is that I can just walk up, take it from right here, get my meter in, and just make my nice 5-footer for my bogey. All right, guys, so for hole 17, this is a par 3, about 250 feet, just dead straight ahead through this gap. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we got a Mando left. Really just got to decide whether you want to just go straight at it, or there's this left gap right here. You can throw a forehand through and just kind of play it safe. I don't know if this road plays out of bounds like it does in the last hole, which would kind of suck because you might be able to see it. It cuts right in front of the island where the basket is, and it goes off to the right of the basket. So it kind of just makes a little peninsula for where the basket is. So I'm not going to play it as OB today, but if it is, please let me know in the comments. But right now I'm just gonna go straight at it with the putter, just trying to hit this gap, get up there for a putt. Oh, or just missed the Mando. God, that stuck to my hand. Not too sure where I'm supposed to take that. I guess I'll just take it right here right in front of that tree. All right, this is nice. I got this. The sun's right in line with the gap, so just gonna kind of get blinded as I try and throw this next shot, but just gonna get through here. Ah, that's it. Dang it, pull it again. There we go. A little right, but pin high, so I actually got a putt. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 18. It's a par 3, 200 feet. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just tucked off to the left. Really just got to decide which side of this tree you're going to go on, left or right. I like to go right side of it with something that's a little more overstable, just have it swing hard to the basket. Just go ahead and do it right now. That looks really good. Come on, swing. Filter. Yeah, that'll be a putt. Yes, there we go. Good way to finish off that round. All right, guys, so that finishes up our round out here at Orchard Hill Disc Golf Course. I gotta say, this might be, I would say this is top 5 courses for me, courses in our area, and top 10 courses I've ever played. Just, this is one of the courses that I've had the most fun at, and like, there's not many courses where like I want to go out there consistently and play them like every day. This one, I feel like I could play this course every day and not really ever get sick of it. It's very, very fun shots. Very like not really many shots where you have to throw the same disc or the same shot with like different stabilities. You've got good mix of like holes where you need distance, holes where you need touch, and holes where you have to be able to throw forehand, holes where you have to be able to throw backhand. So very, very, very fun course. And only thing I feel like it's lacking is like a little bit of difficulty on some aspects because you've got holes like what hole is that? 7 and 8, where you have to be able to bomb some shots over 400 feet. But then you've got some other holes that are like barely even 200 feet, like hole 4, I believe it's 4. The one where you kind of throw over the road downhill and the basket's just on top of that hill. It just feels like it's a little too easy, and it just kind of feels like they couldn't decide whether they wanted to make a beginner level course or an intermediate level course. So I would love to see if they could add in some tee pads to make it to where some of the hole you've got like add in some short tee pads and some long tee pads on some of the holes, and just kind of make it to where you've got a course for beginners and a course for intermediate to advanced players. I gotta say, I'm surprised that I haven't heard about this course sooner, just because of how much fun it is. And like I was saying, the only course I could really compare this to would be Tiger, and I would say Tiger's probably our most popular course, at least top 3 most popular course, maybe, I don't know about most popular, but like it's definitely one of our most popular ones. And so the idea of like this course just kind of going under the radar is wild to me, just because of how much fun it is and super pretty out here. The only real critique I would say I have for this course is the tee pads feel a little neglected. Just kind of, some of them are like on top of a hump, so they're like domed in the middle or something. There's like a hole 15, I believe. I'm not sure which one, but you probably could see it. It was like half off the side of a hill, and so like if you wanted to actually use the entire tee pad, you'd have to run up downhill, and like definitely could hurt somebody if you try to do it that way. Which, I mean, you could just run off the backside of the tee pad. So not really a huge critique, just something to be aware of, that some of the tee pads are a little rough out here. Definitely recommend coming out here if you've never been out here and this is one of the courses in our area, you're in your area. Like, I believe this is like less than 10 minutes away from Dolly and Cooper, so definitely worth trying out. But thank y'all so much for watching, and y'all have a good one. Bye.